Hi, travelers. Tara here. It is, May 19th, 2016. I'm coming to you on the eve of the 2-day full moon. It's going to be in Scorpio tomorrow and then in Sagittarius on Sunday. If you've seen the mid-monthlies, I've already given you the warning about this weekend, so take it for what it's worth. I have been super busy. I finally got my website all up and running. There's still a couple of elements I'm not too pleased with, particularly the testimonial section. I'm going to try to work on that, but as it stands as it is, for all of those who were over at the other website and left testimonials, I want to thank you. I'm trying to see if I can import those over into the new site. I'm not exactly sure if I can. Um, I have some brand new products up. Go over and take a look at the website. It's the same address. If you click in, if you have my old site bookmarked and you click on it, it should redirect you to the new site. Okay. Um, you know, come and tell me. You can leave comments. There's a YouTube chat. You can leave comments there for anything that you see here on YouTube. Okay. The testimonials page is just for the testimonial. I do have a blog up. Some information up on the blog already. And Miss Diva Pimp, I have not forgotten about you. If you're watching this, I've been extremely busy, but I will be contacting you this weekend. So go over, take a look at the new site, tell me how you like it or don't. And we're going to go ahead and get into this full moon reading. I may do a second one tomorrow night. I'm not exactly sure. The mood strikes me. We're going to put 9 cards down and see what is coming with this full moon tomorrow night. It's the first night. Got some interesting things on new products on the site. I hope that some of you like some of them. I do have the Sibilas here with me. Okay, here we go. 9 cards down. What's the energy surrounding the full moon in Scorpio for May 20th, 2016? Wow, it's all over the place. Wow, okay, this is nice. And the Knight of Wands. Well, people, this is absolutely beautiful. Now let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas in this spread, which pretty much means we don't have a lot of control over it, so we need to go with the flow. I do have this, can you see that? The Temperance card there. And this does represent the sign of Sagittarius, and that's where the full moon is going to be on the 21st. Okay, and this card is, the Temperance card is about reconciliation, distillation, healing, balance, trying to maintain an equilibrium between emotions and logic. I don't know if you can, it's such a horrible glare. There we go. As you can see, the angel there is pouring water from one cup into another. Okay, and that's a representative of having the balance to keep your cups full. Okay, the rest of the cards are the 6 of Cups, the Lovers, the World, the 5 of Cups. I see the Temperance card here. I have the Hierophant. Then I have the 8 of Swords, the King of Wands, and then the 2 of Cups, people. This is a lovely, lovely spread. Um, now here up at the top, I have with the 6 of Cups, the Lovers, and the World card. This can be an indication that for some of you, and we do know, and this represents Sun in Scorpio, okay, we do know that retrogrades always tend to bring people back from the past, or it may be that you had to return to something in your past, an element, childhood home, childhood friends, or maybe you had to go back and revisit a past situation or project. That's what the eclipses do. And for some of you, you are in the place right now where you are trying to make a decision between head and heart. There we go. Okay. Now, in one respect, this card, the Lovers, can speak to three people in a situation. In which case, you know, it may have been you're already in a relationship and one of your ex-lovers showed up, or if your partner, an ex-lover showed up for them, and so there's been perhaps a little bit of sketchy moments, probably a little fear and a little doubt. But this card too represents, you know, having the balance between head and heart. Sometimes you have to make a choice. When you make one choice, you have to sacrifice the path of the other one, and that can always be very, very difficult. But rest assured, people, that this cycle is about to come to an end. Here is the Saturn, the World card. I can't figure out what I'm doing. And this represents Saturn, and Saturn is all about restrictions. Okay, and it may be right now that you've been wanting to make a decision, or you need to make a decision, or you're waiting for someone else to make a decision, and it hasn't quite come through yet. We do know that we have Mercury, the communicator, in retrograde, but whenever I see the World card, I see it as something that is greater than you expected. So in one sense, like I can see from this angle that a lot of you are like this. Can you see that? That's the Eight of Swords. Let me step up right quick and see if I can do something about the lighting in here, because I don't know what I'm doing. And this card is about really having the victim mentality. Oh, woe is me. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do, or how I'm going to get out of this situation, or if that person is going to release me or not. And as I said in some of the mid-monthlies, if the person don't have you chained up in the basement, handcuffed, bound, and gagged, you can always release yourself. This is simply about thinking that you are stuck in one place, and you're really not. That woman can remove those bindings and the blindfold and walk free. And if she doesn't, it's because she chooses not to. Okay. I see here indeed that something from the past has, oh crikey, that there we go. Can you guys, I don't know, there we go. Something from the, let me check the lighting. Hold on, this is just crap. Hold on. I don't know if this is going to be better or worse. I do see that something from the past has come about for you people. And it did leave you feeling a little sad and empty. There's that that Five of Cups. I'm sorry. But if you notice, that guy is facing what he's lost. Okay? He's not facing what's over here. What the real deal is, you know? And it kind of goes in with this. You got two people not exactly paying attention or being focused on what they need to be focused on. All right. They're lost in their own thoughts, and they're wallowing in their emotions. Now, across here, I have the Hierophant. And right now, it's the time of Taurus. We did have Mercury retrograde in Taurus. The Lover's card represents Mercury. So this could be communications from past people that kind of like maybe you were thinking about somebody and they popped up out of the blue. But then Taurus comes in to do, the Hierophant comes in to tell you two or three things. First, he comes in to give you some protection, okay? The second thing he comes in to do is he's telling you to tune in to the higher wisdom that you have, or your highest spiritual nature. This card represents marriages, institutions, corporations. So this could literally be, some of you might be wanting to walk away from your job. It could be some of you wanting to walk away, or did walk away at one point, from some type of relationship, and you're extremely sad. But with these two cards together, it tells me that you're on the healing path. Okay. With the Eight of Swords now, look, some of you out there this full moon are dealing with a fire sign male. Now, whether this is a heterosexual couple or the same-sex couple, this would be, if it's same-sex, whomever would take the role as the male within the relationship. So some of you, and I don't know, I'm not exactly sure if this person is someone that's in your life now or if it's someone from the past. And I say that because he's facing this Eight of Swords. This could even be, there is a fire sign male who feels in a situation where he cannot, quote unquote, break free or cannot free himself from past influences. But again, as I say, this is, you know, it's just the way you're thinking. It's not the truth of the situation. And but what is beautiful is I get this Two of Cups. That's my exit card. And the most beautiful thing about this spread is it begins with the Six of Cups. Kindness, memories, nostalgia, thinking back on the good times. And then it ends with the Two of Cups. Now, there's a difference between this card, the Lovers. When most people see this who've never gotten a tarot card reading, they're like, oh yeah, the Lovers. Well, no, this ain't about being in a couple, you know. This is about being in a couple, and this is not a choice. The Lovers represents a choice. This is not a choice. This is the real deal, okay? And for some of you, I do feel that if you've been waiting to hear from someone or waiting on the return of someone, given all of the astrological factors with all of the retrogrades and stuff that we have going on, I tend to think that people have been rather self-absorbed, and I don't mean that in a negative way. What I mean is that they have somewhat retreated, perhaps maybe have become distant in their communications or in their interactions with you. I don't feel that for some of you this is done on purpose. I just think perhaps people are working on things. But whatever this that's related to this Two of Cups, it's going to be coming fast. And I see this as an energy. Now, again, this is the fire energy. It comes in to support both the Temperance and the King of Wands. I want to see, certainly, because even though I have this Two of Cups right here, the line down the center with the Lovers, the Temperance, and the King of Wands tells me that this person or this energy has not quite gelled as of yet. Okay. I don't want to now this, the World card with the Two of Cups, that's a complete return or a complete circle or a closed circle. Okay. And again, people have free will. I do see that for some of you, you will be, even if it's not this guy, because this guy's focused on the past. It's the way he's headed. And this Knight of Wands is coming in, and this could be somebody brand new on the horizon if this guy doesn't get his act together. I have another knighting here, perhaps trying to reconciliate, perhaps abiding by the rules, so to speak, but then we still feel this way. And I think this is a very odd juxtaposition, the Eight of Swords with the Two of Cups. That's an odd mirroring. So is the Five of Cups with the Hierophant. That's an odd mirroring. Two negative cards opposed to somewhat positive cards. Now, this is a very positive card. The Hierophant can be kind of a tricky energy to deal with. I do feel that perhaps for some of you, there will be some type of revelation that might help you to move forward. And the reason why I say that, what is standing out to me are the two crossed keys at the bottom of the Hierophant's base of his throne there. And those cross keys represent secret knowledge. And, you know, in order to gain that secret knowledge, you have to unlock, you have to use those keys to unlock it. And so maybe some of you don't have the key as of yet. Again, I say it could be some type of revelation, because in the background, the very background with this crappy lighting, I don't know if y'all can see that, but there's a crown. Jeez, I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. There's a crown that's kind of on fire back there in the back. It's not on fire, but it's all lit up. And then the crown chakra of the angel in the Temperance card is also lit up. The third eye and the crown chakra. So this could very well be some news that will be coming to you. Maybe this is what that Knight of Wands is speaking of. Some news coming in quite suddenly, quite quickly, that is going to give you the opportunity to both free yourself and to obtain the Two of Cups. Now, when I say this, when I tell you this is not a choice, it really isn't. When it comes to a couple, it's not a choice. This is the kind of relationship where each of you add not only value, but value to each other's lives on all levels. But at the same time, this Two of Cups can simply be another kind of partnership, like business partnership or friendship, even a close familial relationship. We do have that Six of Cups that represents family and childhood friends and whatnot. But this is also about the balance that you have within yourself, the kind of partnership that you have with yourself. Okay. Again, it's about the yin and the yang. It's about having that self-love for yourself, being able to balance both your masculine and feminine energies within yourself. Now, what I want to do is take a look. I'm going to lay 3 Sibilas on both the 5 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. Okay, now, what I get is the Donna de Servizio. This is the female servant, and she's always she's a positive card. She's sort of like an action card, or, okay. Then I have the Sacerdote, okay, which is either the single man and or someone who's of a religious persuasion or quote unquote spiritual, but this person can also hide things. And then I have the Dottore, okay, and this Dottore is always a person who's in a capacity to help. Now, typically he has a professional capacity, like a lawyer or a doctor, an accountant, someone who has those types of qualifications, but it can really mean anyone in your life that is in a position and a capacity to help, okay? Now, what these 3 cards are telling me is that in the past, there was someone perhaps in your life who not only could you trust, but also helped you, probably on many levels. But because it comes out on these 2 negative cards here, it tells me that either this relationship ended, or it's strained, or you kind of just left hanging in the air, because that card, she doesn't know what's going on. Okay, she doesn't have all of the information she needs to free herself. So this leads me to the Lover's card. Remember, I said it's a choice. Now, we're dealing with a female lover from the past that was, you know, it's a positive thing, this thing, but we have some sadness and depression going on. Now, I find it that on this, I don't know if this card is saying that the female in this situation has choices to make, or if it's related to this King of Wands here. So I'm going to take a look at the King of Wands. Oh, well, what do you know? Now look, the male lover, and he comes out in the same position past as the female lover there. The letter, okay, so this tells me, and that's what the positive, there's been very positive communications between whomever and this person that's representative of the King of Wands. But this card, you see, I have these 2 cards, okay? And it's as if the cards are saying that either there's sadness because you haven't gotten together yet, or maybe the person is at a distance from you, or maybe that person has moved away from you in some sort, but You're still communicating with them. Well, now, Two of Cups, right? So I don't know how this is going to go. The reunion, the yardro, a change in a meeting due to la nemica. This is a female rival or an enemy. Now, whether she is an enemy to this female lover or she's an enemy to this Lamante male, I don't know. Let's look at the Knight. Now, whatever this thing is that's coming, and it's going to be coming up quite suddenly, it is going to bring up a tower situation from the past. So this could literally be, as I said, the closing of a circle, the end of a cycle. This could be where you meet somebody or somebody comes back into your life and it just doesn't work out. We had this before. We have the Lamika. And what these three, along with the Bambino, and what this tells me is that I think no matter which way this plays out, because it could play out either way. Remember, everybody has free will. We do have the Hierophant here, doing the right thing. This card represents not only a relationship of trust, but it can also represent harmony. It's going to bring about a new kind of harmony. This is a huge juxtaposition between the Disgrazia, which is like the Tower card in the Sibilas. This is going to happen quite suddenly. I think perhaps for some of you, you're going to get information one way or the other, which will free you up from this, if this is where you are. That's what I have for you. I hope this message helped some of you out there. I was quite surprised to see this on the Two of Cups. I was not expecting to see that trio of cards there. So as I say, this could go either way. All right, I guess I'll be talking to you tomorrow night. Don't forget to head on over to the new website. And namaste.